What is up, my friends? How are you guys doing today? I hope you had a great weekend. I sure did, full of UFC, WWE, Crown Jewel, NFL, college football. It was a great weekend, very relaxing weekend. Got to do a little hunting with my brother. Didn't harvest any meat, but you know what? We got to hang out. That's the important thing. But yeah, guys, so this was a great weekend, like I said, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend too, or had an awesome weekend. And thanks for stopping in today and just taking a few minutes to talk with me about some movies. Today we're going to be talking about probably one of, if not my favorite film of the year as far as suspense thrillers go. We are going to be talking about Strange Darling, starring Willa Fitzgerald and Kyle Gallner. Guys, this movie starts and grabs you by the sack and don't let you go until the very end, man. Like, it starts and just you're going 100 miles an hour, and it's awesome. In fact, I don't even really want to give you like a full review about like what it's about and the characters and all that, because the less you know about this film going into it, the better it is. I've watched it with the wife. We had both been wanting to see it. And so it was on sale to rent pretty cheap. You know, normally they're like $19.99 on Prime when they're new, but this one was $5.99. So we said, you know what? We both want to see it. Let's rent it. So what did we do? Got our P-corn, got our sodas, sat down, checked it out, and were not disappointed. The whole movie, we were back and forth with each other. What was that? Oh my goodness, look at, oh, that's what that was. Like, it was, you know, there's a lot of movies nowadays, when you watch them, there is a, like, you know, there's always been a formula to films, like first, second, third act, you know, and they've always, and Hollywood has this really, really terrible issue of when something works, they beat it until it's dead, and then they beat it until it's crunchy pudding after it's dead. You know what I mean? They milk something until there's no nostalgia for it. There's no want for it. Nothing. They just keep on, like for instance, the Marvel universe, right? First 5 or 6 years of the Marvel universe, top tier sci-fi action films, you know, comic book movies. Nowadays, we get woke, agenda-driven BS because they don't have anything original to say. They only have a bunch of bullcrap, bullcorn, whatever you want to call it. So it's refreshing. It is so refreshing to see a film that doesn't follow the formulas, the stereotypes, the tropes, whatever you want to say. It's nice to see a film that doesn't follow those. I mean, now sure, this is definitely a suspense thriller, psychological thriller, murder mystery, whatever you want to call it. It's that at its heart. It's very, very, like, thought-provoking. It's very, you have to be somewhat intelligent to follow it, but I like the fact that I did not figure it out within the first 30 minutes. Most of these types of films, you can go and you can start watching them, and in the first 30 to 45 minutes, you've already got the plot figured out, you've got the twist figured out, you've figured out who the killer is, or, you know, very close to who the killer is. Like, it's, you know, you figure those things out because that's what you do. We don't like surprises as human beings. We like to know things and figure things out. And half the fun of these movies is trying to figure it out before the end. This film does an excellent job of keeping you glued to the screen, always thinking, always wondering, always pondering what is going to happen next. And Willa Fitzgerald kills it. This chick, I mean, you guys might know her from Reacher. She was Deputy Roscoe in the first season of Reacher. She is a phenomenal actress. This really, really showcases her ability because she goes from victim to victor pretty quick. She goes from victor to victim again pretty quick. Like, it's just, and her facial expressions, her body language, she conveys these emotions of distress, these emotions of anger. Like, she portrays this so well. And then we have Kyle Gallner over here being a stud, putting on an acting clinic. This guy's going to win an Oscar. And then if he gets the right role within the next, I say, 5 to 10 years, this dude is going to win an Oscar because he has such a presence about him on screen. When their two presences are together, when their chemistry is flowing, you cannot take your eyes off the screen in this film. You just can't, because not only is she turning in an award-worthy, stellar performance, but he is too, and they play with your emotions to the point where you're like, is he the one? Is she the one? Is this other person the one? You know what I mean? Like, and they do such a good job of misdirection and keeping you guessing and on the edge of your seat with their ability to act. And the way that the story's written is superb as well. You really get a story that's written, it's written for the smart cinephile, right? It's written for people who enjoy the puzzle. You know, they enjoy figuring out these murder mysteries or these psychological thrillers. They enjoy this kind of thing, and it's written to accommodate those people. I mean, I firmly believe that it was written by someone who enjoys psychological thrillers for people who like psychological thrillers. That's what I believe with this, because this was written so well. This was directed so well by J.T. Molnar that this is just, it is class act cinema. This will be one of those films that in 5-10 years people are going to look back on it and it's going to become one of those cult classics. Like, you know, my kids growing up, when they're in their 20s, their friends are going to be like, dude, have you ever seen the movie Strange Darling? Because if you haven't, you've got to. It's going to be one of those types of movies, guys. So I highly recommend, if you can find it on cheap to buy. I'm not one to normally recommend people blind buying something. You know, I always say watch it before you buy it. But in this case, guys, blind buy it. If you see it on sale for like $10 or whatever your price range might be, pick it up and enjoy it, guys. This is definitely one you need to add to your physical collection or your digital collection if that's your thing. But you definitely have to add this to your collection at some point. It is a fantastic and phenomenal movie. Like I said, my number one psychological thriller of the year. My number one, I mean, it's in my top 5 of the year altogether. Probably my number 2. It is fantastic, guys. So go and check it out as soon as you can. That's it for Strange Darling. Thank you guys for stopping in and just chatting with me for a few minutes about this film. And I hope I piqued your interest. I hope I made you want to watch it. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the videos, by all means, please like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. If you've seen Strange Darling and you have thoughts on it or you know, comments, whatever, by all means, leave some comments in the comment section. Let's get this conversation started, guys. But that's it. I'm going to keep making them as long as you guys keep watching them. Peace out, my friends. God bless you, and I will see you soon.